We are live. As I look over my fantasy football, I lost by 6/10 of a point. 6/10 of a point I lost in fantasy football. Oh, that stinks when you lose by 6/10 of a point. Oh, come on in the house, fellas. Oh, I see my notifications went out. I am live. I am live. All right, good. Come on in the house. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, one person left already. Well, you just came in, looked around, left, huh? Okay, that's all right. We got two people in here. Hey, all right, who's in here? Sitting here looking at my fancy football stuff. As I said, I lost by 6/10 of a point. I don't know if you play fancy football, but 6/10 of a point is minuscule. One tackle. What's up, man? What's up, Jackson? Oh man, just living life, brother. Living life. Had the day off today. Uh, oh, Matthew, what's up, Matthew? What's going on, man? Come on in. Uh, just sitting here looking, like I said, looking at some fantasy football stuff. Fantasy football. Yeah, we'll talk about Eastern Michigan here in a second. I hid my numbers back over here. I'm sorry. I'll bring my numbers back, my whiteboard out in a second. We'll talk about that. Uh, definitely should win. Only 12 subs. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm getting popular. My video I put out today was a very popular video, evidently. So I think it got me about 10 extra viewers. I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll see. We'll talk about the KSR stuff when everybody gets in here. We're not going to talk about it a lot because there's really pretty much what I said on my video. It's pretty much the way I feel, and there's really not much more discussion on it. Uh, they had practice today, and after the practice, Bush Hamden gave a press conference, a little talk, and the wide receiver coach gave a little talk, and nobody threw them anything other than softballs, which is what I thought they would do. They are just throwing softball questions. We are third from the bottom Power Five conferences in passing game, which I can't believe there's two schools worse than us, but there are two schools worse than us. Yes, Stanford and Iowa. So yes. I'll wait for everybody to get in here. All right, what's everybody doing tonight? All right, Tuesday night, right? Might as well come on, talk a little football, a little Eastern Michigan. I actually watched one of their games, and I'm going to give you some betting tips because this is a chance for you to win a lot of money. I'm at work. Oh, Matt, what are you doing? What do you do for a living, Matthew? Uh, if you're at work, that's good, brother. You can get online. Uh, but no, I'm going to give you some betting advice. Go bet the line on Kentucky. Go bet the points on Kentucky because I'm going to show you in a minute how bad this team is we're about to play is. I did watch one of their games and highlights and broke it down a little bit because I like to do research. That's the way I am, as you guys know. Work for the phone company. Oh man, well that's important. Working for the phone company. Hey, without internet, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. In fact, the internet went down earlier today, and I thought, oh man, this is not going to go well if I say I'm going to do a live and there's no internet. But no, we'll let some people come on. Yes, got to have internet. Geez, people, man, my daughter, man, these kids now would surrender if you just took their internet. Forget pointing the gun at them, just threaten to take this away. And I would give up. I give up. Surrender. Well, yeah. I mean, I like this, I like, oh, look at my logo. See, I got this in Indiana. So when I leave this laying around, they go, oh, that's Tom's phone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not too many people in Evansville walk. Well, there's a lot of Kentucky fans here, but all right, everybody come on in. We'll let some people get in here. Mark Stoops gave his press conference on Monday and said that both quarterbacks will play. So we're going to get two quarterbacks and said we were going to throw to the running back. He said that voluntarily, which surprised me a little bit. So Seth McGowan and Dowdell need to catch the ball, which Dowdell caught his only pass. I think he got one each game. Seth McGowan's got to start catching the ball because he's had two, I think three hit him right in the hands and he dropped himself. He's caught 2 out of 6 or whatever. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to throw the running back, which guys, what really frustrates me is you got people that don't say, I don't understand what we're doing offensively. Well, if you watch my video on the Bush Hamden offense and you go back and you look at the playbook, then you sort of understand what we're trying to do. But if you're just trying to figure it out, without doing that, well, good luck. Yeah, might as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Cutter Bowley's going to play. He'll probably end up, he'll probably end up starting. What's up, man? What's up, guys? Great Kentuckian. Bush needs to be gone. Okay. Well, it's the second game of the year. I mean, let's wait to the end of the year, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get rid of him or not. He certainly isn't the one dropping passes. I can tell you that, dude. We got guys hitting in both hands that are dropping passes. We should be able to do well in this game. I'll show you some numbers here in a second. And yeah, so what? I don't know what you're talking about throwing into coverage, dude. I don't know what game you're watching. We just got guys that miss it when it hits them in both hands. And Harley Gilmore is hardly open. So Harley Gilmore can't get open one-on-one. That's a huge, and obviously neither can Macklin. So we got guys that just cannot get open and drop passes when you hit them in their hands. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is. Boley, yeah, Boley's probably gonna look. He's probably gonna be the quarterback unless he just blows this, which I doubt he will. They're both gonna play. Mark Stoops said so. Both quarterbacks gonna play, and we'll we'll go from there. Eastern Michigan. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Go bet the numbers. I'm gonna put the numbers out here in a minute. Go bet. If you're on FanDuel, go bet these lines because we're about to. This team is not that. They're awful, and I'll tell you why you can win some money on this game. So then Cal. Well, Boley didn't do any better than Calzada dude because people drop passes. When you throw passes, it don't matter if Patrick Mahomes is out there. If you throw it and I catch it with two hands and I drop it, yeah, that's why Boley was 1 for 3. What's up, AFO man? What's going on? Come on in tonight. We got 10 people. We're going to talk about the numbers for Eastern Michigan because I like numbers. I like to be a little prepared when we're going to play somebody and sort of know what they're going to do. But this is a game you can win money on. If you bet FanDuel and that, you're going to win some money. Okay. Big Blue Breakdown said something there. 6 game. Yeah, I picked us to win like 6 games at the beginning of the year, and I'm still picking us to win 6 games. And we shall see. A lot of people got problems. Every team has problems. If you listen to all the other Randy from that them effing dogs podcast, I wonder if Randy will be here tonight. Their quarterback is struggling. Tennessee's defense is struggling. Florida's falling apart. South Carolina can't score. I could go down the line. Texas, Arch Manning might be hurt. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got weaknesses. Very few teams don't have issues. We just have glaring issues that we have to fix. And we need to start with this game right here. So I like numbers. So let's bring some numbers. I love my whiteboard. If you people that come in here all the time we're going to tell you how to win some money because you should be able to win some money on this game, guys. All right. This is Eastern Michigan game. I watched their game. I might do a tape on them. I don't know. We'll see. You guys can see this. All right. Listen, if you bet money on FanDuel or any other, go bet this line. Okay. What are you saying to me? What are you talking about? But look, dude, hold on a second. Okay. They didn't throw the ball in the coverage. They're not throwing the ball into coverage. Go watch my Zach Calzada video from week 1. Nobody's throwing the ball into coverage. They're dropping the ball. Okay, now let's talk about Eastern Michigan. Okay, guys, minus 23.5. They're only picking us to win by 23.5 points. At the bottom here, first game, Texas State beat them 52-27. So they're saying Texas State can put 52 on them, but we can't put 24 on them. Go bet that right now. Okay. They gave up 392 yards rushing to Texas State in the first game. And when I say they gave up their defensive line is okay, but if you get into their linebackers, okay, or their safeties, they can't tackle at all. So if Texas State can get 392 yards rushing on them, how many yards rushing do you think we can get? I mean, their 4 linemen are big, but they're not athletic. So go bet this line 23.5. The over and under is 45.5. I don't know if I would bet that. Because if we beat them like 42-10, well, that's 52 points. I don't know. That's a big line. Total points for the game. They think we're only going to score 35 points. They're saying we can't score 35 points on Eastern Michigan. Go bet that right now. I got a star by that. Go bet that. Texas State put 52 on them. They ran all over them. Like I said, 392 yards rushing. I don't care if we put Patterson in. We're going to run because our offensive linemen are so much bigger than them. The Florida game now. Oh, yeah, Florida's, we'll get to the Florida game. Yeah, Florida's imploding. Yeah, yeah. By the time we get to the Florida game, that's November. I know, or late October, I think. Yeah. No, that's November 8th. Hey, by the time we get to Florida game, hopefully they've checked out. Yes, Jackson. But as I'm talking here, once again, Eastern Michigan, if you're going to bet, the line is Kentucky. They don't think we can win by 24. I think we could cover that. I bet a little bit on that. The over under for the game is 45 and a half. That's a lot if we win 42-3 or something, then you don't cover that. So but right here is what you need to bet. Total points for Kentucky. I bet it at 35 and a half. It's 34 and a half. They don't think we can get 35. They're awful guys. They lost to LIU Brooklyn. They give up a lot of they cannot tackle. Now they do have a quarterback, Kim from Coastal Carolina, who can run around and move a little bit, but he's going to be running for his life. Eastern Michigan's supposed to score 10 and a half. I'm thinking about bet that, but you know what? When we put all of our backups and freshmen in, we might give up more than 11 points. So, but bet the 34 and a half on us because I think they're saying we can't score 35 points. And Texas State got 52 on them. So if you bet, go bet that. So that's my numbers for today. I might put a preview video. I might put a film out on them. I don't know. Jackson, do you think we can win the Florida game? Yeah, I mean Florida, as long as they keep look, they're imploding. I mean, Billy Napier. Hopefully their players are checking. Yeah, they're not that good. South Carolina, they're struggling. The only reason they beat Virginia Tech is because they ran a kickback. I watched that whole game. I mean, they're good, but yeah, sure, there's winnable games on our schedule. Now, when we get to Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, well, now you're talking about a stretch here. Auburn has a good defense. Their quarterback runs more than he throws. So, yeah, we'll see. I think there's 6 wins. I called it at the beginning of the season, 6, 7 wins. But I don't think our fans are going to, I don't know if that's going to be enough for them. I don't know what you got to do. Either you like Mike. I'm going to put out a video about Mark Stoops in our off week. It's going to be called Mark Stoops is who you thought he was. It's going to be all about Mark Stoops. What's up, Dad? He is who you think he is. If you think he's good, if he's not, but um, yeah. But anyway, Eastern Michigan, we should beat them by 24 points, so you can bet that. But we're going to score 35 points on them. I mean, come on, they're awful. I will maybe put out. I'll probably do a video just for the heck of it. And as soon as they get past the first four linemen, nobody can tackle. I don't think they could tackle us. Okay, so yeah, spank Vandy. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Vandy, we'll see. I think we can beat them. We only lost 20-13. It's because he ran for a couple first downs there. We'll see if we can get Vandy. I mean, if you look at the power rankings, as I said, if you don't look at numbers and you just go like, I didn't come in here to talk about Eastern Michigan. I didn't come in here and how I feel like we're gonna. I feel like we're gonna beat them by 23 and a half points. I feel like we're going to win by 28 points. No, that's what the numbers say. As I keep saying, if you're one of my regular viewers, it's about the numbers. Vegas doesn't get this wrong a lot. Now, I think Vegas is wrong on these numbers, and I bet money on it because sometimes they're wrong. But the first two games, they pretty much got just right. They had 28-17, us beating Toledo. They had us losing 31-21. I said, or excuse me, yeah, 31-21. I said 31-24. So Vegas, pretty much, we went right by the numbers, and we have won a game, and Toledo went up. They beat the crap out of Western, so they took their loss to us on out on Western, and they were only favored by a touchdown, and they beat them like 42-17 or something like that, 42-20 something. They just Tucker Gleason's going to be in the NFL, guys. So yeah, that was a good team we beat the first week, and we hung in there with this, with Ole Miss, and so like I said, we won't spend a lot of time talking about KSR. Look, I got on there and said what I said. I'm getting tired of people going on other, like the KSR guys. Like, I ain't going to mention his name. This guy, I've been watching him. I've been doing this channel for 6 months. So, of course, I watch these guys and they go on other podcasts. And they don't talk the same way they do. Like today, Bush Hamdan had a press conference. KSR was there. Coach Washington, the receivers coach, had a press conference. They were there. Do you think they changed their tone of voice? Do you think they threw anything out there that was rough? And no, they talked very polite to them. and very nice to them. But if you go back, you guys, if you want to see what happened on the SEC podcast with Nick Roush, just go watch it. Go watch the podcast. He was on it this morning. You'll see, and you can take about what you want from that. But look, my video pretty much sums up how I feel about it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, coming in here, if we say something, that's one thing. But if I go on a Tennessee podcast and I start ripping our fans and ripping you guys, that's something completely different. What's up, son of a gunner? Vandy came back 14 or 17. Yeah, Pavia. Yeah, that dude. Look, that dude knows when to run and where to run. He was good. I won money on when I called when he came over. I won money on him at New Mexico State. I watched him at New Mexico State. They beat the crap out of Auburn year before last or 2 years ago. This is a new season. Yeah, Pavia did that. They went to Auburn and just kicked their ass. They won 9 games, and I said that guy's good. When he went to Vanderbilt, I told my guys, watch out because this guy's good. King Mondo, what's up, brother? 5 wins this season. I said 6, 6, 7. I don't know. It just, like I said, I'm gonna do a video on our off week. It's gonna be Mark Stoops is who you thought he was, and we're gonna go over all this because he is pretty much who you thought he is. I mean, yeah, if we win 6 games and go to a bowl with this, the thing is, guys, look, our schedule's gonna change. We got screwed. I'll say the word screwed because we had this hard schedule 2 years in a row because they didn't change the schedules up. Now the pods start next year. So now with the pod starting, it's fair for everybody because we'll have 3 teams. It's supposedly Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and then we'll rotate the other 12 teams. So everybody will get to play Arkansas, we'll get to play Missouri, we'll play we'll play everybody. Then it's an even schedule. Right now, it's not even schedule. Somebody pull up Missouri's schedule and tell me if we had that schedule, how many games we would win. Southeastern 16 did a prediction on this game. Of course, they picked us to win, but they said, hey, they're a good team. We just got a bad schedule 2 years in a row. Receivers can get on the same page. Yeah, well, if anybody in our receivers can catch the ball, we have a very bad receiving group. Uh, and they have to get it together. This coach Washington was on this afternoon. Look, I wish they would play Hester more. Hester keeps coming in the game, getting a catch. It either gets called back or there was a penalty. So um, yeah. I mean, we got to catch the ball. So that's the deal. Um, got to catch the ball somehow. Now on this team, it's not really going to count, guys. This team is not that good. Like I said, they only picked us. Go bet this right now. They said we're only going to score. We can't score 35 points on this team. Texas State put 52 on them. I just watched the highlights. They ran for 400 yards. So yeah, we're going to put up. I don't care who's out there. We're going to put up points ourselves. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got to stop beating ourselves. That play at halftime, it's a protest play, but it doesn't matter whether you can't make it close. Yeah, we made too many mistakes, but we're playing a good team. Now, remember, I keep saying it's Ole Miss at the end of the game. They were playing for a field goal. They weren't playing to score, and they ran the ball. They did exactly what I knew they were going to do. They were not going to get in a hurry up offense and throw the ball 40, 50 times. They were going to run. They ran for 230 yards, and then they threw for 220 yards, or vice versa. So yeah, they got 4. We got 355 yards of offense, guys. Okay, on them. So we didn't do bad ourselves. We just need to make plays. Cutter Bully didn't see Kendrick Law open on that 4th down at the end of the game. He was standing there wide open. In fact, I think he even put his hand up, but he just didn't see him. So we just got, yeah. They, like you said, everybody's got to get on the same page. UK for life. You're right, man. Got to get on the same page. But this game will just be a practice game. This team is really bad. I mean, I watched their highlights against this Texas State. Man, I mean, the quarterback can run. He's decent, but he's gonna be running against us. They got some big offensive linemen, but they're not very athletic. If CJ comes in here tonight, I think his brother Sam Green is going to get some sacks. I would tell CJ, if you're in here, your brother's going to get some sacks. Sam Green's going to get some sacks. That's what I think is going to happen. So yeah, what's up, Fish? What's up, brother? The loss, yeah, nobody's pleased about the loss. Okay, come on. Like I said, every team has problems. You go down the line. Georgia was a 48.5 point favorite, and they beat against Austin Peay, and they struggled and beat them 28-6. And now their fan base says their quarterback's struggling and their offense is struggling. Tennessee's worried about their defense, and their defense is struggling. And they play Georgia this week. And then, of course, Florida's imploding. And then, every team go down the line. Texas is mad. And, great South Carolina, their offense and their defense is struggling. If they wouldn't have ran a kickback, they would have lost to Virginia Tech. They ran a kickback. So yeah, there's no perfect teams. Everybody's struggling with something. Yeah, Vandy's struggling a little. Donkey Fish, we fight our quarterbacks where we could be be very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If we Our receivers need to catch the ball, our running backs need to catch the ball, and our tight ends need to catch the ball. Because as I said, and I said during that game and on my live a couple of nights ago, everybody's dropping the ball at the exact same time. Now, Mark Stoops had a press conference on Monday, and he said we're going to throw to the running backs. And I'm like, wow. So Dante Dowdle has 2 catches. He caught both of his balls, but Seth McGowan's like 2 out of 6, and the 4 he dropped hit him right in both of his hands. As I showed you on film, if you go back and watch my film on Zach Calzada from week 1, people are dropping balls. Harley Gilmore, I just don't think he should be in there. I think Hester needs to be in there more because he's 6'5", and Harley's a little dude, and he can't he can't get open in one-on-one. We got guys that can't outfight a defensive back one-on-one. So Macklin had that one good catch where he did that little double move there, but he's got to get open, and people got to hit him. And then when people are open, Law's our good dude. I think we're going to work getting the ball to Law more. Thought he had a good game. Ole missed him at the end of the game there. So, people dumping on Zach Calzada, but Cutter Bully there, Kendrick Claw was standing over there wide open, and you didn't see him for whatever reason. He's probably getting rushed. So both quarterbacks made mistakes, and got to do better. Got to catch the damn ball. Got to catch the ball. Rodriguez dropped another ball. Hit him in his hands. So we just got to catch the ball. This team this is going to be a practice game. And let's see, DJ Waller's not going to play, which he shouldn't. I don't know how hurt DJ Waller is. Doesn't sound like he's very hurt. So he's going to not play this game and then come back after the bye. So we have a bye week after this game. We will watch this game right here. Okay. Right here. Right here. We're going to watch this game. I think it's 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. So we'll come on 30 minutes early and we'll do a pregame show 30 minutes early. So be here at 6 Central, 7 Eastern, Saturday nights. The only night game we play, as we talked about last game, looking at your schedule, we don't play any night games. And Louisville's time hadn't been announced, but it's at Louisville. So there's only one night game at Kroger Field. So, and I jokingly said, we need the lights on so our guys can see, because they ain't catching with the lights on in broad daylight. So don't turn the lights on. I jokingly say that. I hope they pick it up. Bush Hammond gave a press conference today. They gave him softball questions. Do you think they gave him any hard questions? No. Do you think they said, hey, man, our receiving corps is stinks, and they said they're last in the SEC, and we're third from the bottom in Power 5 schools. Do you think they said that to him? No, they didn't say that to him. As I said, we're not going to talk a lot about KSR tonight, guys. Go watch my video. Somebody had to finally say something about KSR, because KSR is getting on my nerves. And look, if you're going to talk shit, then talk shit to him when you're in the room with him. And if you think he should be fired, just go on and write the article they should be fired. So I said what I said on the video. I meant every word I said, and that's what I said. And that's the end of that. ESPNU. Okay, well, we'll watch it on whatever it's on. Yeah, we'll watch the game right here. And I don't think if we win 7 games, that wouldn't please some people. Yeah, yeah. Talking about John Summerall. John Summerall beat South Alabama 33-31. Damn near lost to South Alabama. And they're on there. You can go back on SEC podcast. SEC podcast I think that's the name of it too. Those two good old boys. And you can watch KSR guy on there this morning. Watch everything he said. And John Summerall, yeah, he's going to beat Ole Miss maybe. No, he's not. We'll see when he plays Ole Miss how you can barely beat South Alabama, but you're going to go beat Ole Miss and Oxford. Okay. All right. Yeah. So look, I'll support whoever the coach is. because this is our team. And we'll worry about that when we get to it. Maybe we can keep this coach. I keep saying, let's try and keep this coach. But hell, you got some people, no, don't keep him. It's the second game of the year. We're 1-1. We're going to be 2-1. Let's play it out. Let's see what happens. If we win 3 games, like everybody said, we're going to go 3-9. Well, then that speaks for itself. Then that would be the end of that. I happen to think we were probably going to win 6 games, five, or definitely 5, and probably 6. Louisville's not that good if you watch them play. They're not that good. Yeah, we're right with them in the power rankings. We actually went up in the power rankings. Some people passed us. We're ahead of Mississippi State. We were ahead of Vandy. We should still be ahead of Vandy, but we're not because they beat up somebody the first week and then they beat Virginia Tech. But that's okay. Doesn't matter. We just need to play our schedule because we got some hard games coming up. South Carolina, yeah, that'll be an important game on the 27th after the bye week on the road. So yeah, I mean, look, we can run the ball, guys. That's the good news. So, what do you guys think? There's 16 people in here. I think we're going to win this game. Like I said, bet if you're going to bet. They're saying we're only going to score 34 and a half. Bet that number because Texas State put 52 on them, and we can sure as hell put 35 on them. They ran for 400 yards. I mean, look, these guys can't stop the run. You get past the first 4 linemen, defensive linemen, nobody can tackle. I mean, they couldn't tackle any of us. So we're going to pretty much run anytime we want. So yeah, we're going to score. Yeah, and they only got the line at us winning by 23 and a half. Now we should be able to win this. And so they got this as a what, guys? A 24-10 game. This team is awful. I mean, we'll score way more than that. And I don't know if we should be able to hold them to 10 points, but if we put in our 10 and a half points is their total. So they're saying, yeah, 35-10 about that. But I think we'll beat them by more than that. A good game, work on it. Yeah, pass catch. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, figure out who the receiver is going to be. Like I said, that Coach Washington, the receivers coach, came on this afternoon. You can watch that on KSR or I forgot the media person's name. I'll watch it on. But yeah, I mean, I'm not that impressed with him, but he's new or whatever. But look, we got to find, and everybody's got to catch the ball. The tight ends. Yes, we're going to throw the tight ends. Does everybody understand what kind? Did everybody watch my? If you don't understand what kind of offense we're running, which I don't know how the hell you're a media person and you don't understand what kind of offense we're running. I did a video on it. It's the Boise State offense. I found the playbook online and I just looked through the plays. I'm not even a coach, but I could see, oh, okay, a lot tied in. And I've always said tight end and running back friendly. The star of that offense has to be the running back, a la Ashton Genty 2 years ago when Bush Hamden had him at Boise State. Now he's starting for the Raiders. Yes, Seth McGowan and Dowdell have to be the stars of the offense, but we still have to be able to throw the ball. So yeah, you got to catch the ball when they throw it to you. But yeah, people act like what are we trying to do on offense? Well, we're running the Boise State offense is what we're running. If you don't know that, well then, I don't know what to tell you. I got a video on it. It's a very simple video. In fact, it's not even. I went back and I went, it's not really. It explains some of it, but it doesn't explain all of it. But yeah, I explained the basics and the basic formations, and I'm not a coach and I don't understand it. Okay, we got too much pre-snap motion going on. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Stop doing all the pre-snap motion, man. Just put somebody in motion and line up and run the ball. What do you think, AFL? What's the score of this game? Guys, what do you think the score is? I think we're going to cover the 23 and a half line. I think we'll cover that. I think we'll score way more than 34 points or 35 points. So go bet that. I don't know if Eastern Michigan, I mean, look, if they score on us, it'll be because they're not going to score on our defense. Their offensive line is, yeah, not that good. So, I mean, I'm not going to say when we put our backups in, don't bet that because they may score. But yeah, like I said, Texas State beat them 52-27. Texas State ran for 392 yards. Okay. So that means we can, yes, work on our passing game. 45-7. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they might give them a touchdown and a field goal there. But I'll tell you what, bet this 30. We're going to score way more than 35. So I bet a lot of money on this game because now the numbers don't usually miss, but I watched Texas State. There's no really highlights of the last week's game against LIU Brooklyn or whoever they lost to, 28-20. But man, in this game right here, their defensive line is little. I mean, their defense is small. Their offensive line is big, but man, they're not athletic. Now their quarterback can run. He played at Coastal Carolina. He can run around, which is a good thing because he's going to be running for his life. If CJ's in here, CJ, your brother is going to get CJ Green. Your brother Sam is probably going to get some sacks. So we shouldn't have any issues with this team. Play. Who would I like to see play, guys? Well, how about Quisenberry? Does anybody want to see Quisenberry? They were asking about the freshman wide receivers, and of course they're practicing well. Blah blah blah. It's what the coach Washington, our receiver coach, said. Play Quisenberry. I mean, it's a good time to see. Can he get open? I don't care if he's a freshman, because I'm not like Gilmore at all. I mean, he just cannot get open one on one. Cannot, can't do it. And when he did, the one time he did, the ball hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it in the end zone in the very first game. So, you know, I like to see Quisenberry play. What do you guys think? Hester, why is Hester? He's 6'5". Why is he not in there? I just don't get why he's not getting more playing time. DJ Miller's not in there. Fred Farrier, he's been in there a couple times. I think he got a catch. Uh, but yeah, I think you'll see Patterson, the running back, because I don't think we're going to try to get anybody hurt in this game. Both quarterbacks are going to play supposedly, and so we will know. I think they're going to audition for their job. I think this week you're going to see after this game, whoever starts will start the rest of the year. So that means both of them better. Somebody's got to play well. Surely to God. I don't care if it's Boley at this point. Just put him in there. You know, it does. The Cincinnati kid is good. When we get the Cincinnati kid, that kid's got a strong arm. So, did I lose everybody? Am I talking to myself? What's up, Trey? Gilmore didn't even want to be here. Yeah, he tried to leave. Is Calzada really that bad? Yeah, well, he's played bad. But no, he was 15 or 30. And people drop balls. I mean, yes and no. Yes, he's played bad, but there's wide receivers, tight ends, running back have all dropped the ball and somebody was in here the other night, trying to say he throws an uncatchable ball. He throws too hard. No, I did the film on him after the first game. The balls are hitting people right in their hands and they're dropping them. It's a lack of concentration, or I don't know what the hell it is. Rodriguez dropped one again, hit him right in his hands. Seth McGowan dropped one again, hit him in both hands. I mean, man, I don't know, Trey. No, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Calzada's biggest problem is he have run. Yeah, you know what they said? He's got happy feet. He's fading back, like he's throwing off his back foot, and his motions. Yeah, look, he's been playing too long. If he can't do it, just put Boley in there and let's go. I mean, Boley didn't see Kendrick Law at the end of the game. Kendrick Law was. I mean, I went back and saw it. I watched it again, as I told you guys. I'm gonna watch it again before I come back here and make a comment. And he was wide open. Christopher Carlisle, what's up, brother? Hopefully the game will be inspire the cats. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It should inspire us. Us. We should be inspired. That's what pisses me off about the KSR guys. And we're not going to talk a lot about that. I mean, damn, we're 1-1. I mean, yeah, it was a shitty loss and we played bad. Yeah, so was everybody else. Everybody in college football is not 2-0. So yeah, I mean, look, we're where we should be. We're going to be 2-1 going to South Carolina. And the hope is to get in there and play that game. What's up, WKRP? Many years ago, Tech receivers had problems with drops. Issue for a long time. Well, it's an issue this year, brother. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I mean, look, it's not, and the tight ends are dropping the ball. And Seth McGowan, who caught a lot of balls at New Mexico State, is dropping the ball. So, man, I don't get it. Everybody's dropping the ball all at the same time. They either can't get open, or if they do get open, the ball hits them in both hands and they drop it. You know, I don't know. I'd like to see Stellato play everybody. Quisenberry, man. That guy did good in spring and summer camp. I don't care if he's a freshman. Play him. Hester has come in and caught two balls. One of them was, his elbow was on the line, and he came in and caught a pass, and there was a illegal procedure, and that didn't count. So I think he's got 0 catches for the year, but he's the biggest dude we got. So DJ Miller, haven't seen him. So Cameron Miller, I don't even know who that is. Fred Farrier, Kendrick Stellato came in. Okay, guys, the Stellato ball. It was low, but it was a catchable ball. It hit him both hands. You know, he should have caught that ball. So yeah, guys, I don't know what to say about catching the ball, except you gotta catch the ball. If you get two hands on the ball, who played high school football? If you get two hands on the ball, you gotta catch the ball. Unless it's just so badly thrown. But no, Solano dropped the ball. So come on, man, we gotta play everybody. Yeah, rosin up those gloves. Put some stick 'em. Lester Hayes. That's old school. Y'all probably don't know who Lester Hayes is. But no, look, we should win this game. I got the numbers behind me. Go bet the for us to score 30. We can't score 35 points on these guys. I think Vegas is wrong about this one. They ran for 400 yards, and Texas State, who's awful, put 52 points on. So I think we can put 30. Bet a pretty good amount of money that we're going to score 35 points. We'll probably beat the 20. We're favored by 23 and a half, which, they shouldn't be scoring a lot of points unless we put all of our backups in, which we might. So yeah, I mean, this game is look, these guys aren't good at all. I may do a video just to show them to you before we play them, just for something to do. Their defensive linemen are decent, but if you get to the linebackers and their safeties and defensive backfield, they can't tackle us. I mean, they can't tackle anybody. And I was like, man, what, So yeah, they're in trouble. Their offensive line is big but not athletic, and we're going to be right in that dude's face. Now the quarterback is decent. He played at Coastal Carolina. Kim, his last name is Kim. He can run, and he's a really good run. He's going to have to be a really good runner because we're going to be chasing his ass. I can tell you that right now. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Then we get the bye week, and let's just get to the bye week. I don't know what to say at this point, guys. Really, this is getting to be a Trey. Bush Hamden is overcomplicating things. Well, he said that today, that he's trying to simplify it as much as he can. Now, yes, that is true, Trey. He said he's simplified about as much as he can simplify it. Get some pass plays, but needs to. Yeah, those lines look very good. Running the ball, look, guys. As long as we can run the ball and play defense, we'll be in a game. These two games went just like Vegas said they would go. I'm the only guy that says that. I just come on and said it went exactly how Vegas had Ole Miss at 30 and a half and us at 20 and a half. First game they had 28-17 Kentucky. It was 24-16. So it went right by the numbers. So yeah, I'm the only guy that looks at numbers evidently. Nobody looks at numbers. Numbers. We just whatever we feel like it. That's what it is. I didn't come on here tonight and feel like we're going to win by 24 points. I actually looked at the numbers. I actually watched a little bit of tape, a little bit of YouTube on Eastern Michigan's first game because I like to be a little prepared when I come in here. I don't like to use feelings. I feel like we're going to win, 52-7, but I don't really know. I just feel like it. Like, the guys on SEC Unfiltered quoting Star Wars, saying we're going to get beat 52-7 by Ole Miss. Okay, well, that didn't happen, boys. You shouldn't have quoted Star Wars, and you should have looked at some damn numbers, but you didn't do that. And, a lot of media people seem to have that problem. They don't want to do the work. I guess, I'm not in Lexington, so I can't say. But if you're going to do it, if I'm going to have a YouTube channel, I'm going to come on here with some numbers. I mean, come on. WKRP AFIO, point to our football knowledge or intelligence. No, the offense is not complicated at all. Go back and watch my video on the Boise State offense. Not complicated at all. We just can't catch passes. WKP, the ball 3 yards past the last scrimmage. He is now. I mean, Kendrick Law had a good game. The first game I didn't like Kendrick Law going deep. I'm glad he didn't. He's staying around the line. He's doing the Wandale Robinson. That's what he's good at. A 3 or 4 yard pass. In the fourth quarter, he was about 10 yards away, standing over there wide open. And Cutter Boley did not see him for a first down. Of course, you watched the game. They pointed that out. I like him on those little 3 to 9 yard routes because he can get open. The jet sweep, I don't know about that. It worked that game. So, WK, Big Blue Breakdown, got to go, brother. 500. Oh, well, thank you. Thanks, Jackson. Yeah, brother. Yeah, we'll do a show together if you want to. AFIO, constant confusion. Well, they talked about that right before halftime. Um, they think it was the wrong call. It's being protested, but it doesn't matter. You can't make it like Bush Hampton said today. He owned it. You know, they didn't think they were gonna. Nobody thought they were gonna break a run, and then they're trying to get on there. Yeah, you got to just have a play where you snap the ball. So yeah, he owned up to it. Nobody was there dogging him out. Do you think many people there were getting in his face, or no? They weren't saying anything. They were talking real nice to him, real nice to the wide receiver coach. Look, he knows that was just a confusion. Look, that happens on every team. There's other teams that confuse stuff. They were just trying to get on there and trying to run a play. Just spike the ball, just hand it off. But yeah, he owned up to that. AFO. Yeah, there's too much pre-snap motion. I think he knows that. Stop with all that. Just line up, put Law in motion or one of the receivers or one of the backs and go. Tight end, I don't care. But I think you're going to see, obviously, this would be a practice game. I think everybody's going to play. I think everybody will play better. These guys can't cover us. So if you can't catch the ball on these guys, now we're in trouble. I think some guys will get open and some guys will catch the ball. That's what's going to happen. You just have to do it when we get to South Carolina. And I don't know what kind of drills this coach Washington, the wide receiver coach, was. He's on KSR today. If you go on their YouTube channel this afternoon, I don't know how good of a coach he is, you know, but they got to work on passing drills, pass catching drills. Because, like I said, I'm Thomas, Kentucky Football Nation. If you're just getting in here, everybody's dropping the ball. Tight ends, the running backs. Stoops said in his press conference Monday, we're going to throw the ball to the running back, which is good, but they got to catch it because Seth McGowan has dropped some. And he did not do that in New Mexico State. Liam Cohen used to do a lot of pre-snap motion. Yeah, well, we don't need to do it. Not with this offense. Look, guys, this is a running back and tight end friendly offense. If you've been on my channel and I did a video about the Bush Hampton offense. It's not that difficult to understand. I just found the playbook online and I started looking through it and I thought, oh man, I'm gonna do a video on this. This is interesting. And I don't even know football that much, but I know a little. And I go back, if you haven't seen my Bush Hampton video, it's in my archives, Boise State offense. It tells you I did it on the whiteboard so everybody could see what it was. Do I understand RP? It's a lot of RPOs, a lot of misdirection plays. I will say this, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. We will break a long run on these guys. Someone's going to break an 80-yard run on these guys because if they get past the first four guys, nobody in the linebacking or secondary can tackle. So Dowdell or McGowan's going to go for some long runs. WKRP, was there a foul at the end of the game for an eligible receiver downfield on number 4? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if that was officially uh, a foul or not. WKRP, I don't know. Um, yeah, I forgot, man. Dude, you know what? You got me on that one. I forgot what happened at the very end. I know we missed Kendrick Law. I know Kendrick Law was standing there wide open, and Bully didn't see him. And yeah, which look, man, that happens. But yeah, it's a shame because we could have maybe kept the drive going and went down and scored. But uh, look, I don't like the analytics uh, when it was what 27-20. The analytics say you don't kick a field goal, but I knew what the point total was. I knew that the point total in Vegas was Old Miss 30 and a half, and I was wanting them to kick those field goals so we could get to 30. But at the end of the game, Ole Miss was playing for a field goal. They maybe could have punched it in if they'd have wanted to. But yeah, I wanted us to get to 30 because I knew that was the number in Vegas's head. My head was, oh, come on, man, kick the 2 field goals. It would have been 27, 26 or whatever, and then or 29, 27, whatever. They still would have had the ball and they would have kicked the field goal or went for it. So, I don't know, guys. It was a good game. We look, they're still in the power rankings. You got to understand, they're still like 6th or 7th in the power rankings. Ole Miss, Texas is still 1, and they lost. So I don't know. They're 1. Georgia's like 4. Tennessee's like 8. I mean, everybody we play is in the top 10 of the power rankings. So we just got a tough draw. When we get I want these pods to get set up so we can rotate. When we get our 3 teams next year, and then every other year we'll play everybody. We'll rotate 6 teams, and then next year the other 6 teams. Everybody will go everywhere, and then it will be fair. Because go look at Missouri's schedule and tell me how many games you think we'd win if we had their schedule. Yeah. So Trey, do you think the fans out there I don't know. Oh, I think there's some fans, Jones, and told him I thought he was crazy. Well, look, I like Matt Jones. He's level-headed dude. He's a fair guy. The guy that called up and said he's not the voice of KSR, that guy, that guy was out of line. I mean, he didn't even know who Tom Leach, Jeff Picaro was. So yeah, that guy was wrong. Look, Matt Jones is about the most fair guy. I've been to the remotes, so I've got to hang around him a little. I really like him. Look, he can't control everybody on his staff. He says he's not ready to give up on Bush Hamden. I'm not, or Stoops. I'm not. But then you got other people that are ready to give up on him, and they just won't. They just won't write that. They'll go on somebody else's podcast and say that. That's why I did the KSR video today, guys. You can go back and watch my video on KSR. Look, I said what I said. I meant what I said. It's about damn time somebody said it, because I'm tired of these guys going on other people's podcasts and ripping us, because the podcast, that SEC podcast, that, look, I will say this about cousin Shane. They did come up with one good idea on Mark Stoops. Now they rip us all the time, but they did come up with one good idea. They have said in the last couple of weeks, instead of buying him out for $30 million, why don't you buy him $30 million worth of players and try and keep him? That's what I agree with. That's one thing that podcast got right was, yeah, let's try and keep him. Are we trying to keep him, or are we not? There's some people that it's like Calipari. Look, if you already made up your mind, you already made up your mind. There's people that don't give a damn how many. They know we're not going to win with this schedule. You give this schedule to anybody in the Big Ten, anybody in the AC. How many games you think somebody's going to win? Not that many games. Playing Texas, Georgia, Tennessee. There's no way you're going to win that many games. So look, it's not going to be good enough for some people. I think 6 or 7 wins is a good season. For and now when we start get our pod next year, we start getting in these pods and we start rotating. Then it's fair for everybody, and then we'll see what we do. Now let's be fair. But if you're going to just, yeah, I mean, there's some people that are done with Stoops, and they're done. Just I was done with Calipari, but Calipari lost to damn Oakland. This be like us losing to Eastern Michigan. I mean, it's not the same thing. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a video on the off week, on the bye week, called Mark Stoops is who you thought he was. And I'm going to take both sides of the issue and I'm going to present it to you. And it can be either one. Either one. You know, it's whatever you want it to be. That's what it is. And I feel sorry for him. Sports Talk Jay, shout out to Tennessee Sports Talk Jay. That guy knows more about Kentucky football than our media people do. That's what pisses me off. If you guys that watch, somebody put that on the comment on my KSR video today. Sports Talk Jay is probably he's the most knowledgeable non-Kentucky fan on Kentucky. He does Tennessee. He knows Mark Stoops in Kentucky, and he always says, man, I feel sorry for Mark Stoops. They set him up to fail. Yeah, I guess we have set him up to fail. We're getting a new basketball facility. Did you see that, guys? Today we're getting a brand new practice facility. So look, I like Mark Stoops. I think we should give him a chance. This is a new NIL world, and you gotta adjust quickly to what's happened in the last 2 years. We've done pretty good for going one bad. And the thing that gets me is the guy had one bad year, 4-8, except for the COVID year. One bad year. Auburn has 3 bad years. Florida has 3 or 4 bad years. Nobody, I mean, yeah, they're saying, well, they're working on it. Nobody on the SEC network was calling for Billy Napier to be fired till after this game. Same thing with the guy at Auburn, Hugh Freeze. So we don't get treated fairly sometimes. Taper, what's up? No, I do not think John Summerall is a better coach. Hell no. Yeah, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of. He beat South Alabama 33-31 this week. You tell me if he's better. Is he better? We'll see when he plays Ole Miss. Well, he plays Ole Miss. We're gonna find out how good he is. He's beaten one ranked team, Navy. I think he tied for his league. I don't even know if he's gonna win his league this year. So no, I do not think he's a better coach because he hadn't proven it. I think he's like Neil Brown. I already go back and watch my John Summerall. No disrespect to John Summerall. It's not on his resume. If you were looking at John Summerall's resume and his name wasn't John Summerall, you wouldn't even look at that. You'd be like, what? I go through it. Look, I'm not saying he's a good dude. If he becomes our coach, I'll root for him. But right now, no, he's not a better coach. Hell no. He better worry about beating Memphis this week. There's 110 million in upgrades coming to football. Well, good. I'm glad, Gadget. We need it. Ron Floyd, what's up? We need to get rid of Mitch Barnhart. I think he's leaving. He's talking about retiring. WKRP. I mentioned Sports Talk J. Oh, is that you, WKRP? Yeah, Sports Talk J is really cool, man. Not too many cool. Look, Tennessee. I'm not in the Tennessee rivalry, and I don't hate anybody. Okay, but Sports Talk J is about the only Tennessee channel that you can post something on, and you're going to get a fair shake. He is a very respectable guy. I really like him. Shout out to Sports Talk J, Tennessee channel if you haven't seen it. And he's right about our football program. I mean, he feels sorry for us. Hell, I feel sorry for us. Like about the KSR thing. I'm more sad than I am mad. Like I'm mad about it, but I'm really more sad about it. Look, I'm a fan. It don't affect me. But man, those poor guys and Stoops and his staff and all those players, that's who it affects. When you do stupid shit like that and you go on another podcast and run your damn mouth, it affects the team, the coach, and all that. So that's the only thing I was trying to get across on that. The COVID year, yeah, we played 10 SEC games. Yeah, we were 4-6 or whatever. I think we won a bowl, or maybe we didn't. I don't count the COVID year because that was a weird year. But yeah, you know, we went 7-6, 7-6. When other people go 7-6, that's okay. That's a good year. But if we go 7-6, well, that's a bad year. So I, I just want to be treated fairly like every other SEC team. But look, guys, it's not going to happen to ESPN. It's bad enough. Look, I can understand if the SEC media, the SEC network rips us. Look, I get it. I don't like it. But when our own guys do it, that pisses me off. And if I called out Lance, locked on Kentucky, says we need to bench Calzada. Hey, Lance, man, you're about 2 weeks short, brother. We all know that there needs to be a quarterback change. Fans need to look how terrible. Yeah, historically Kentucky's been bad, and those people, case look, they know that. I mean, they probably didn't live through it, but us that lived through that shit, who lived through Bill Curry, right? Yeah, you go through that, couldn't beat anybody. I mean, could beat Kent State, couldn't beat, get your ass kicked. I mean, we went 6-5, and I thought we won the national championship. That's how bad we were. Mitch Barnhart's job. Yeah, I mean, look, Barnhart's a good. I mean, look, I think he supported football as well as he can. He's probably going to retire. I mean, I don't know if it's the. I don't know how much he. You'd have to ask Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops says he's happy. He says that in the media. That Cat is wanting out. Do you want out, Cat? Come on. Hold on a second, guys. I didn't know you were in here. Come here. Come on. All right. There you go, man. There you go. She didn't want to stay for the show. What's up with that? Um, but no, I don't know how big of a, I'm not in Lexington, so you guys probably know more than I do on Mitch Barnhart, but he seems to support Mark Stoops. Could be wrong about that. Trey Barnhart was a good ad towards football. He's invested. Yeah, I mean, look, I think look, football is different. Football is changing, guys. Over the last 2 years, you look, man, it's become about money just like that. We went from you can go on probation for giving a kid a sandwich to, hey man, how would you like $3 million? And it's hard. It's hard, especially when you play the same schedule twice. Why did they put the same schedule twice? I still don't understand. Why would you play the same schedule 2 years in a row? Uh, I guess it benefited some people, but it sure as hell did not benefit us. So we'll see how Ole Miss does against Arkansas. We'll see if Arkansas can hold them down. So we'll know more. So anyway, Eastern Michigan guys coming up. Matthew, they're working to building a new entertainment district around Kroger Field. Well, good, good. There's enough room there, enough area there. That'd be a good thing to do. Yeah, I mean, make a fan experience, and for God's sakes, play the right damn music. I mean, and I thought it was full. Was anybody at the game? It looked full to me. It looks like everybody was into the game. Yes, there were sometimes before half times when people were upset. Hell, I was upset. But yeah, I put some numbers up here. I'm Tom, this is Kentucky Football Nation. Hey guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We will do every game right here except for the South Carolina game, which I work on that game. So we will do Eastern Michigan on Saturday right here. Pre-game 30 minutes before the game. So 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. We'll do 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and we will do a post-game show directly after the game. So come here and watch the game. We'll have an interactive chat thread, a watch party, and we'll do our own watch party. Okay. So you can come in here and say, as long as you're respectful, you come in here and say anything you want. You can say, I think, Mark Stoops should be fired. That's fine. Whatever. Um, but yeah, let's watch the game together. That's what it's about. And I will be doing basketball, so I won't be doing every basketball game, but I'm looking forward to basketball. And what's up, tapeworm? If you had to pick, what's the next SEC win we will get? I would say I'll say South Carolina or Auburn, Florida. One of those three. Uh, look, I bet you I've said this. We're going to get somebody we're not supposed to get. Just wait and see. Our defense is so good. Randy, what's up, Randy? Hey, Randy, man, we're just discussing. Randy, I had to put out a video today on our media. I kind of went off on some of our media people. So, yeah, I had to do it, man. It was time. People on our media going on other podcasts, SEC podcasts with those good old boys, cousin Shane, and just ripping our, offensive coordinator and our head coach. Oh man, that made me upset. Oh, you saw that one? Oh, brother, look, I had to edit that. Let me tell you what. I was like, oh, better edit that part out. Oh, better not say that. Yeah, I mean, look, man, I don't like that at all, Randy. That was uncalled for. And then the guy was at practice today, this afternoon. There was a right after practice with the offensive coordinator and the wide receiver coach. Do you think the person I mentioned in that video? Do you think he challenged them? And no, he was very nice to them. That's what I don't like. Don't be two faced. If you're going to say it behind my back, say it to my face. He's not going to do it because I don't know how old the kid is. I say kid. I don't know how old the man is. 30s something. Yeah. But yeah, mm, I had to do it, man. I had to call that one out. Are you taking mainly secret Louisville fan, Nick? No, I mean, I don't know if he's a little fan. Look, I don't dislike Nick. I don't dislike the guy, but man, don't go on a podcast that is anti-Kentucky and help them out. And if you want the coach gone, just say I think he should be gone and write the story. You have a website, make it the video, write the story, be honest. That's all I'm saying. You know, don't do that. So that's all I'm going to mention. We won't spend a lot of time talking about that, but I said what I said and I meant what I said, and be professional about it. Yeah, be professional about it. And then don't go on a podcast and say, "Oh yeah, Georgia sucks." Our Mike Bobo is an awful offensive coordinator, and he sucks. And then you have come back to Georgia and go, "Oh, hey Mike, man, how you doing, Coach Bobo? How you doing?" Yeah, no, no. So anyway, yeah, somebody had to do that. It was time, and that wasn't from that one podcast. They've been doing that for the 6 months I've been doing this, video. I've been watching these guys go around and do that. And man, don't do that. That's all I'm saying. Don't do that. Anyway, we play Eastern Michigan, Randy, and I already bet a lot of money, Randy. They're saying we can't score 35 points on Eastern Michigan, but Texas State scored 52, and Texas State ran for 400 yards on them. They cannot tackle. I watched them against Texas State on the highlights. They can't tackle. If they get past the first four defensive linemen, their linebackers and safeties couldn't tackle any of us. So we are going to run the ball at will on these guys. So we will score. Go bet that right now. Now, normally I like Vegas right. Sometimes Vegas is wrong. They're wrong about the 34 and a half. We're going to score 35 points on these guys because they can't stop the run, and we run. So go bet that right now. I already bet that. We're a 23 and a half point favorite. We should cover that. Okay. I'd be very upset if we didn't. The over under is 45 and a half. I don't know. That's too big of a number. As I told Randy, don't do those big numbers. Don't do those big numbers. Don't bet those, you know, we should get to 45 and a half, but it's going to be all our points and not theirs. So, but anyway, yeah, I may put a video out. Eastern Michigan is supposed to score 10 and a half. The only way they score 10 and a half is if we put all our freshmen in and back, and we probably will. So don't bet that. Okay. Um, I like Adam. Look, I like Nick Roush and I like Adam Luckett. There's things I like about him, but there's things I don't like about him. You know. So, but I don't like the one thing I talked about, just, come on. If you think Stoops should be gone, just say it. Just say it. Just put it out there. Don't go on somebody else's podcast and say it. I don't dislike anyone and I don't dislike them. And I really like Matt Jones, and Matt Jones is about the fairest guy. And I like Drew Franklin, and I grew up with Drew's dad. And I like Ryan Lemon, and I like Shannon the Dude. I mean, I like all those guys. Uh, Van Hiles, yeah, I like Van Hiles. Yeah, Van Hiles very. Van Hiles is the one that said, "Hey, the wide receivers aren't catching the ball. The wide receivers have to help the quarterback and the offensive coordinator out, no matter what the play is." But I'm getting tired of people saying they don't understand what kind of offense we're running. We're running the Boise State offense. I have a video. Go back in my archives and watch the Boise State offense. It's just a very basic video. I found the playbook online and I opened it up and started going through it. And I went, oh, this is interesting. And there was a theme in there. It's very running back and tight end friendly offense. And I did a very basic video, which I don't even know if it's correct. I think it's mostly correct, but that's what we're trying to run. Okay. Ashton Genty, who starts for the Raiders, played for Bush Hamden 2 years ago, or 3 years ago at Boise State. So, yes, he got Ashton Genty to the NFL. So hopefully we can get Seth McGowan or someone to the NFL. But the running backs have to be the star of the offense because that's what it's about. All right, what do we got here? UK for life. I noticed that Calzada dropped back. Yeah, they were talking about that. UK for life. He's got happy feet, and he's I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Chris, no, I don't know to do with wide receivers and running backs. Can't catch the ball. I don't know, man. I've been saying that the whole time, Chris, man. It's hitting them in their hands. If you watch my videos, Seth McGowan has dropped about two or three, hit him in his hands. Stellato, even though that ball was low, you got both your hands on it. Hardly Gilmore. I hate to keep saying hardly open. That's what I named him. I shouldn't name him that. He's not hardly open, but he is hardly open, not as a nickname. But yeah, he can't get open one on one. As soon as somebody puts a body on him, he can't get open. And when he does, that one in the very first game, he dropped that touchdown in the end zone that Calzada made a really beautiful throw. He got behind the defensive backs and he hit him in both his hands. He dropped it. Like Van Hal said, wide receivers. You got to bail out your quarterback and you got to bail out your offensive coordinator. If you get two hands on the ball, you got to catch the ball. Anybody, you guys play high school football, dude. What the coach say? You get two hands on the ball, you better damn well catch the ball. Now I say it has to be every ball, but I hate to quote John Calipari on free throws and like catching the ball. You don't have to catch all of them, but you got to catch some of them. I mean, come on, man. I hate to doing a Calism there, but yeah, everybody's got to catch the ball. Um, and they're going to throw. Mark Stoops said we are going to throw to the running backs more, which okay. Seth McGowan, come on, dude. He caught the ball at New Mexico State, guys. He caught a beautiful 40-yard touchdown. I have a video on Seth McGowan from when we first got him, highlights at New Mexico State, and he was really good at catching the ball out of the backfield. But he hasn't done it for us, and I hope he comes around. And Dowdell's not used to catching the ball, but he's caught one each game. In each game, one for one. I looked it up, and so yeah, throw the ball. That's what the running back can leak out on that little wheel route, on the outside of the formation there, loop out and get the ball, but we keep dropping it. So, tight end's got to get open. Rodriguez dropped one, that was right to him. And then, it's like, dude, I don't know, guys. We got to catch the ball. 27 people. I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. I'll say Kentucky Sports Radio on my brain. This is Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're going to watch the game right here. We're going to do every game except for the South Carolina game right here. 30 minutes before game time, we do the pregame show. Be here 30 minutes before game time. 6:30 Eastern, 7:30, no, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. This is the only night game. Be here at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. We'll do a pregame show. We'll have a watch party. We'll have an interactive chat thread. We'll do a post game right after the game. So come on in. What do we got? Tapeworm. Do you think they are dropping the ball because of Calzada? Now somebody else said that. No, he's not throwing it hard, dude. Like that pass to Stellato. That was a touch pass. It started to sink, but now I went back and watched, man. It doesn't look like he's throwing hard to me. He floated two passes to McGowan. McGowan was like 5 yards. He just floated it to him. He still dropped. The one to Rodriguez last game, I watched that one. He just, flipped it right to him and he dropped it. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think that's it. And when Boley gets in, we'll see. Well, this game, look, guys, this is going to be a practice game. As I've said, go bet they're saying we're only going to get 34.5 points. No, Texas State got 52 and ran for 400 yards on them. So yeah, we're going to get 35 points. Go bet that right now. I think we'll cover the 23 and a half. Okay, guys, I really do. Uh, so yeah, these guys aren't. Look, their defense is awful. I mean, we're going to be able to run. What's up, Tongue P? What's your prediction, Cats, this year? I've said 6-6 since the beginning of the year. 6 wins. And yeah, I think we can beat Louisville. As you can see, Louisville struggled against James Madison. If you look at the power rankings, the numbers, right now, I think we're one ahead of Louisville. We started out the year a couple ahead. So we've been ahead of Louisville in the power rankings. Yes. We've been ahead of Mississippi State. We've been ahead of Vanderbilt. That's why Vegas has us at 4.5. They had the three non-conference games, Vanderbilt and Louisville, as the possible 5 wins. If you look at the numbers, if you go by feelings, I can't tell you how many games we're going to win. I think we can win 6 games. Yes. Florida's imploding. South Carolina hasn't impressed me. Auburn, if we stop their quarterback, he runs for more than he throws for. Look, there's some winnable games. Vanderbilt, they only got us 20-13 last year, and that's because Pavia can run. Pavia is such a sneaky quarterback. He's so good. Ethan, a chance to win Governor's Cup. Yeah, I mean, we have a chance. It's it. I mean, look, we gotta go do it. It's going to be the last game of the year, guys. So we will, we'll see at the end of the year. Spectre Gadget, Trey. I met someone from Lexington. His dad knows the donors. 30 million for Stoops buyout. Well, then buy his ass out then. I mean, why would you pay 30? Why don't you buy, like the guys on the SEC podcast say, why don't you give him $30 million worth of players and let's get some really top of the line players in here? Yeah. I mean, if they want to buy him out, then buy his ass out. I don't believe that. First of all, Trey, that's a lot of money. I don't think that. It might be true. Gadget, 36 million is going to specifically to, yeah, upgrades. I saw that. Kroger Field. Yep. Yeah. I mean, look, you know, uh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's try to save this coach before if you're going to pull the plug, then pull the fucking plug and shut the fuck up. If you're not, let's root for him. How about that? Okay. How about we root for him till it's time not to root for him? Okay. How about we do that? I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. Welcome. If you're your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. I do shorts. I do lives. I have videos in my archives. I do basketball. We're going to do basketball. We'll do some of the basketball games. This is primarily a football channel, but we will do basketball because I love basketball as much as I love football. I got some numbers. Sorry, I wrote Eastern Michigan here. The line is 23.5. We should cover that. Go bet this right now. Total points for Kentucky, 34.5. They're saying we can't score. These guys are awful. I watched them against Texas State here, 52-27. Texas State had 392 yards rushing. Okay, these guys can't stop the run at all. So go bet that right now and win yourself some money. I told you to bet the 7.5 when it got to 7.5 on Toledo, and I told you to take the plus 10.5 on Ole Miss because I knew we would cover both of those. We almost covered the 8.5 on Toledo if we wouldn't got the safety. Harmon, I think the missed passes are a combination. I agree of things. Yep. Yep. I agree. It's everything. Blake, what's up, Blake? When you have no filter and say whatever the hell you want. Well, yeah. Look, that's why I got to be careful in my life because I do that. Look, you've seen that meme that says, don't put him on speakerphone. All my friends know. Don't put me on speakerphone. At work, they know. Look, if you want to know that, I'll tell you the truth if you ask me. If you say, hey, I wonder what do you think about this? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be respectful, but, come on. Yes, this is unfiltered. This is a fan channel. I don't care anything about being monetized. Look, I don't care. This is a fan channel for all of us to come in. I knew what I was taking on. Randy from that Effing Dogs podcast is in here. And Randy told me when I first started the channel, dude, you're taking on yeah. My wife's like, why didn't you do a basketball channel? Because if I did a basketball channel, it would be all unicorns and rainbows. And yeah, no, somebody had to step in. I didn't see a football podcast that I liked. Well, there's a few that I like, but not many that our fans are doing. There's a couple I saw it and I went, I know I can do better than that. So that's why I did this channel. So we all can come in here. If I get 500 people, that's great. However many people I get, I'll take whoever wants to come. Come on in here. I'm going to show you some numbers. I'm gonna be, when I come in and talk about something, I'm gonna be prepared. I already watched this tape, the highlights on Texas State, so I knew what these numbers were. These are from, a FanDuel. I didn't come in here feeling like we're gonna beat them and feeling like we're gonna run on them. That's what the numbers say. And I also watched it with my own eyes. Bush Hamden offense. I did a video on the Boise State offense. I found the playbook. I went through it. I'm not a football coach, but then I did a video and I go, okay, now I understand what we're trying to do. If you don't know the offense, well, hell no, you don't understand what we're trying to do. It's tight end and running back friendly. It's the running back has to be the star of the offense, not the quarterback or the receivers, but you do have to catch some of the balls. What's up? Uh, Meeting a need for your team. That's right, Randy. Yeah, well, yeah, my wife is like, why? Yeah, I'm trying. What Stoops gone? I think he's terrible. I don't agree. Oh, the ones that do. Well, look, man. Yeah, that's up for your. Stoops refused to say whether Calzada would start. And he's going to play both of them. Bush Hamden had a press conference after practice today. KSR was at at the practice. Did they ask him any hard questions? Did they? No, of course they didn't. Like I said, making my point for me. Thank you for making my point for me. No, you didn't. You were very nice to him, and that's what you're gonna be. Yeah. And the guy that Coach Washington, the receivers coach, the large black man, I wouldn't be talking shit to him either if I were you, brother. Here we go. Blakely, what's up, brother? Cutter and even Kazani can play in practice. Yeah, they both been playing with the ones. Cutter Bowleys went with the ones, and they're both going to play. They're playing for their job. Whoever plays the best will probably start. Roger, what's up, brother? What's the best app for a game to take the points on? FanDuel. I like FanDuel because the graphics. It's a lot easier. What's the other one that I don't? Shoot, I can't think of the other app that they advertised. The competitor. I like the. I can see it. I like FanDuel. The it's laid out better. Yeah, FanDuel. I like FanDuel. AFO, do you think the pressure for some fans, Stoops' success is downfall? Well, Stoops is his only worst enemy. I knew when he started winning 9 or 10 games that if you're a young fan, that it would turn you off if we started losing. But I sure as the hell didn't expect older fans to act like that. For us that are me, like 60 damn years old, that's been through, Jerry Claiborne, Bill Curry, I liked how Mummy cheated. If you've been through all that stuff, you are thankful that we have Mark Stoops. But if you didn't go through that and you don't understand that, then you just think, damn, you just look at the stats and we should be winning. I feel feelings. If you live your life by feelings, you're going to be a damn up and down person. I try not to do that. Feelings don't have anything to do with anything. Everybody felt like Ole Miss was going to blow us out. I went on podcast after podcast. SEC, I'm going to call it SEC filtered. It's really SEC unfiltered. Quoted Star Wars, and they felt like Ole Miss was going to beat us 52-7. No, they're not, is what I said. I told you to take the 10.5 because I knew what we were going to do because I have eyes and I've seen enough football and I knew what the numbers said. I knew it was going to be 31-20 something. That's what the numbers said. They were not going to blow us off that field. And they are pissed off that they did not beat us. You think we're mad? You think we're mad? Go on Ole Miss, go on Locked On Ole Miss and talk to Jethro Bodine over there and see if he's mad. Yeah, we should have beat them by 21. No, you shouldn't have. No, you shouldn't have. What game were you watching? No, we have a good defense. We have a good run game. We got to get it together, guys. If we get it together, we can win 6-7 games and we can make this a good season. Okay. So far, we're right where we should be. We should have been 2-1. We're going to be 2-1. Hard to beat a team like Ole Miss 2 years in a row, guys. How many games are they going to lose 2 years in a row to somebody? Not very many. Georgia's playing Tennessee, Randy. Tennessee fans are talking smack. If you're still on here, Randy. So we'll see if Tennessee can. They have problems with Georgia, so we'll see. I'll read some stuff here. Fans are not old enough. Yeah, AFO. Since Stoops, I can actually get involved. Yeah, I mean, look, before we'd never win a close game. Even with Rich Brooks, we didn't. I mean, we beat LSU number one. But we wouldn't. If it was a close game in a fourth quarter, very rarely would we win a game. I mean, we would lose games. We lost to Tennessee every way. You block kicked, fumble. Yeah. With Stoops, it feels like okay, you got a chance to win. So I didn't watch in the '90s. Well, you didn't miss anything. Well, how mummy Tim Couch was cool. How mummy cheated. If he wouldn't have cheated, we could have did better. Tennessee fans are always talking. As Randy said, well, Randy, they're talking, brother. You hurt their feelings. They said you don't have a chance this year, and I'm thinking, man, y'all sure about that? Like, I like it when when fan bases talk to one another, like Randy and I talk uh, crap to one another. That's one thing. But if I go on Randy's podcast and I start ripping you guys, my fans, and ripping our team or whatever, I mean, I'm not just talking, I mean, being disrespectful. And then I come back over here to my podcast and I say something like I never said that, then there's a problem. Just be honest about it. That's all I'm saying. Just be honest. Well, go dogs, man. Uh, go dogs. Yeah, Randy said we would be close. Randy, didn't you say Ole Miss game would be close? Did I, Randy talked about that. He came in here. He said we're going to play them close. I knew we would. I never picked us to win that game because beating them 2 years in a row. He's a good coach. They're a good team. I mean, it's just not that we just happen to be in the wrong conference. you know. Harmon, top three coaches all time for Kentucky football, Stoops and Brooks. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't think there was anybody else. I don't know all the Bradshaws in the '70s. We did win the league in '76. I don't know who the coach was. I did. I expected it to be around 7 points. Well, that's what Vegas said. Around 7 to 10 points, and we played well. Our defense showed out. We just got to do better. I mean, that's all there is. Roger Turner. Who do you think would be the next head coach? Oh, I don't know, dude. I have no. If we move on from Stoops, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I'd hope they go get somebody good. I mean, somebody's proven they can win, not somebody that's up and coming. I'm not even going to say the damn guy's name that everybody keeps saying. I like the guy, but no. Uh, I don't know. We'll worry about that when we get to it. Hopefully, we would get somebody good. Dustin, Saturday. It's her. Oh, that's right. Dustin's taking his grandmother to the game. Well, you know what, Dustin? She's gonna see a win because this team is really bad. I watched the film. Texas State beat them 52-27 and had 400 yards rushing on them. So I'm telling everybody, go bet. They're saying we're only going to get in Vegas. We can't get 35 points on this team. No, we'll get way. Go bet that right now. 23.5 is the line. We should beat these guys by 24 points. Because the only way they score on us is if we bring you gotta watch it on these big lines because we're gonna bring our backup and freshmen in, and then they might score some points. So yeah, we should win. We should cover the 24.5. But we definitely, I bet a lot of money on this 34.5. Because yeah, we can just run and score. I mean, these guys are awful. Wife is from Georgia. We both root for UK and Georgia. Oh, that's good, son of a gunner. We are from everybody's from Georgia. I think Alabama will win the national title this year. Well, is it pie? Tongue pie. That if you bet that on Vegas, you're gonna win a lot of money, brother. Because they certainly, they got to get it together. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. Now they can't lose any more games. They got to make it to the SEC championship game and make it, to the playoffs. So yeah, maybe they will. Dustin, my grandma's is from Kentucky, but you're from Georgia. Well, you know what, man? Go take grandma into the game, have a good time. It's a 6:30. It's the only night game, guys. It's the only night game at Kroger Field. We play all day games, which I jokingly keep saying, thank God we play day games because our wide receivers can't catch the ball. And, with the sun out, I sure as hell don't want to turn the lights off and turn the lights on. And yeah, I jokingly say that. Okay. Tapeworm. Do you think Joe Aguilar is really good? Yeah. No, you know what? You know what? Tapeworm. Uh, I think Tennessee's coach is good. Josh Heupel. That's who I think is good. I think he taught him how to throw. Josh Heupel was a quarterback for Oklahoma that won the national championship. I think Aguilar finally got a good coach, and I think he's teaching him how to play within the system. And I said that. Don't doubt Josh Heupel. I really like that guy. He's an underrated coach, and I wish he would go to Oklahoma and get away from Tennessee, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen because it's hard to beat that guy. I like Josh Heupel. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Um, Now I think he's good. I think he has the right coach that taught him how to play well. Son of Gunner Cats are my dog. Okay. My dad is a Georgia fan. That's all right, man. Curtis, what's up, brother? Everyone is wanting Bush gone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Van Heil said, you got to help the offensive coordinator out, catch the ball. As I've said, we got 23 people in here. I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. We will do the game here 30 minutes before the game. The pregame starts right in here 30 minutes before the game. And then we'll have a post-game show. We'll watch the game, watch party the game, and then we'll have a post-game show right in here. But yeah, we got to catch the ball, got to get open. We are third from the last in Power Five schools in passing. How we're not last, I don't know, but Iowa and Stanford are worse than we are. So yes, we got to have some sort of passing game. Uh, yes, we look. Our two best receivers wanted to go. I get it. They weren't staying. This offense is not about the receivers. They wanted it to be about them. I get that. They left. And look, we got some decent. I thought we got some experienced receivers like you guys did, but so far JJ Hester's not seeing the field, so he must not be practicing well. Is all I can figure. Um, Best quarterback. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, we got guys it's hitting them in both hands and they're dropping it. Running backs, tight ends, everybody. So I don't know what you do. Harley Gilmore can't get open one on one. He gets bodied up. He's a little dude. I know he's fast, but so's everybody else in the SEC. He can't get open one on one. We got to have guys win the one on ones, and we don't have that right now. And I don't know how you get it. Kendrick Law is starting to play well. So running game, have one or two, just one or two damn receivers. Come on. So I like what we did with Kendrick Law. He had 6 catches, should have had more. He was open in the fourth quarter on that last drive. Bully did not see him. He was standing there wide open. And it is what it is. People blame Calzada, but Boley missed that. We could have maybe scored that 7 points if we would have kept that drive alive. But it's everybody's fault, guys. It's everybody's fault. It's the quarterback. It's the receivers. It's the offensive. Everybody equally. But you got to help your offensive coordinator and your quarterback out by not like Stellato dropping that ball because it was a little low. Got both hands on it. You got to get if you get 2 hands on it, you got to catch it in this league. You gotta. And that fourth down play that Ole Miss did, Lane Kiffin, when they threw a pass, that was a thing of beauty. I watched it a second time, guys. I don't think we could have covered them. That guy ran a perfect route, and that quarterback threw a perfect pass to him. So yeah, uh, we're good at dictating. Look, I said Ole Miss only ran 70 plays, guys. Like 70. We both ran 70 plays. There's not going to be anybody else the rest of the year that holds Ole Miss to 70 offensive snaps. We held them. I thought, man, if we could hold them under 80, it'd be a miracle. We held them to like 70, and we got 70. So yeah, nobody else is gonna. We dictated the tempo. They tried to speed it up, but they couldn't because he threw 2 picks, and they had to slow it down. And I went on a podcast, one podcast, Big Blue Breakdown, Jackson's podcast, and I said they will have to beat us running the football, and that's what they did. They ran the football. They beat us at our own game. So you just shake their hand, guys. Look, they were ready to play. They were motivated, and look, hard to beat a team like that 2 years in a row. But yeah, we need to get South Carolina. We need to go on the road and get somebody. We need to get Florida, Vanderbilt. We need to get the people we can get. Uh, I think I've said it. I'm gonna say it again. We're gonna get somebody that we're not supposed to get. I don't know who, but there's going to be somebody that's going to get caught up in our muck it up is what I hear. Muck it up. That's the catchphrase for the podcasters. Muck it up means run the ball. Yeah, like that's something new. But yeah, we will muck it up. We will do what we do and we'll get somebody and we'll win 6 to 7 games and we'll go to a bowl and that won't be good enough. And then they'll probably be bitching. Look, at that point, if I'm Stoops, maybe you make a deal and just leave. Hell, and then see if somebody can come in here and play that schedule. Yeah, but like I said, we'll be at the pod next year. The pods start. We start rotating evenly. So I hope we win 7 games and 6, 7 games, and they give him a chance. Our freshmen, yeah, we got some freshmen. Curtis, I wish Quisenberry. I think you're going to see Quisenberry, the wide receiver. I think you're going to see DJ Miller and some other people at wide receiver because somebody's got to get open. Uh, Destin team on the road. Hell, we probably play better on the road. I think we're going to play better on the road. I mean, when you're on the road, it's you against the world. I mean, you really got to concentrate. So, uh, I mean, right now it's no different. If you run, we can run the ball. Our offensive line is stellar. I mean, watch that game again. They didn't stop our running game. Toledo didn't stop. Nobody's going to stop our run. I don't see anybody just lining up and stopping our running game because we're that good. Now, Texas, we'll see. Georgia, maybe, but there's not going to be too many people that stop our run game. Trey, the South Carolina game is a must win. Well, I don't know if it's a must win, but we need to get it. You know, like I said, we need to get them. They're on a down year, and we were beating them. We need to get them. They're the only reason they beat Virginia Tech, and I'm glad that they won that game. Who do they play this week? I don't even know who they play this week. But yeah, I hope they win whoever they play this week, and so we can get to them, and they haven't lost a game yet. Uh, yeah, we need to win that game. Talking about Tennessee, Tennessee. Yeah, it may be Tennessee. Maybe we'll get them. Stoops has got them twice. Josh Heupel's man, he's a good coach. I gotta say that. I will say that he's if you get him, you're good. Now Georgia keeps getting them every year. In Florida, for some reason they can't beat Georgia in Florida. And but yeah, Josh Heupel, good coach. WKP, good on the road equals don't win at home. Well, yeah, we just play at home. We play Texas, Tennessee. I mean, yeah, the people we play at home, maybe we can get Florida. But I mean, we just got screwed on this schedule, guys. That they gave us the same schedule. Everybody got this game's same schedule 2 years in a row. Screwed us. I mean, I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button. We watch the games right here, other than South Carolina game. We will do every game right here, right here. Okay. Um, I'm calling the dogs at home are going down. Well, we play Georgia on the road, if that's what you're talking about, Roger. Yeah, we play at Georgia. South Carolina plays Vanderbilt. Yeah, Jared, thank you. They're already talking about that. Pavia is talking smack against them, and they're upset. So we'll see if Vanderbilt. Let's see how these two teams play against one another. You know, I mean, look, I like DJ, not DJ, Lenore Sellers. I like him, but he's not having a great year. Florida, yeah, Florida's imploding. LSU plays Tennessee. I thought Georgia plays Tennessee. I think Georgia plays Tennessee, Curtis. That's who they play this week. They might play LSU later. Um, and I don't know who Ole Miss plays this week. So, they play Arkansas. See, let's see if Arkansas is ahead of us in power. Let's see what Arkansas does against Ole Miss. See if they can hold them down. That'd be interesting to see. Uh, yeah. And let's see if Tulane, John Summerall, see how he does against Ole Miss since he beat South Alabama by 33-31 this week. Yeah, I don't like that guy at all. I just don't like him personally. I think he gets on social media like he's a teenage girl. That rubs me the wrong way, you know, up and coming. He's beat one ranked team, Navy, and then, yeah, lost to every other ranked team. Let's see how they play. Yeah, they better worry about beating Memphis this week, is what they better worry about. Uh, no, guys, I'm not going to talk about another coach till we. But if he's ever our coach, I'll support whoever our coach is. Obviously, yeah. I mean, yeah, you go after somebody. He's not going to. I mean, he'll get a chance to go to Florida if he's so damn good. Let him go to Florida then. See if Florida hires him. See if Auburn or whoever. See if somebody else hires him. I mean, look, he's a Kentucky boy. You got to root for him. But damn, I mean, yeah. Arkansas has their quarterback. Yeah. So we'll see what they can do. Let's see if they hold them to 70 snaps and they control the tempo on them. Let's just see if they can do that. Yeah. Um, so no, Ole Miss played well. So yeah, you got to give it up to them. Man, we've been going an hour and a half. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit longer. Billy Napier out. Oh yeah. Well look. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's when Feinbaum turns on you, believe me, they kissed his ass. He's had 3 bad years. 3 bad years. Did they say this is what pisses me off about that? And I made a video when I first started this channel. Paul Finebaum is full of shit because Hugh Freeze and Billy Napier have had multiple bad years, and they don't say they kiss their ass. But Mark Stoops has one bad year, and all of a sudden he needs to leave, and we need to go. See, guys, I already told you what this is about. This is about feelings. I said it about the Old Miss game. Look, the people at the SEC network are done with us. They're done with Mark Stoops. When Mike Leach died, they were done with Mississippi State. They talked about them a little bit till he died. Now they're not talking about them. That you got to understand, we're not in the club. We're not in the Good Old Boy Network. So they just want us to go away. Go back to basketball, win 2 games a year, shut the hell up, get back in your spot, get out of the club. They came and got us. The bouncers came and got us. Time to leave. Now, we had a bad year. So since we had a bad year, but oh, Billy Napier, he's working on it. And the dumbass, I can't think of the guy's name who loves Hugh Freeze. No, I can't. Josh Pate. Josh Pate. There's another. I hate to say dumbass, who said that Hugh Freeze is a great coach. His teams just turn the ball over. That's why they lose. That was my favorite dumbass comment I've ever heard anybody. Oh, and Tennessee gets a do-over year this year if they have a bad year. Those are my favorite. Love guys like that. That's what we're going up against. That mentality right there. Tennessee, if they have a bad year, that's cool. I didn't know anybody got a do-over year. I didn't even know what that was. A do what the heck is a do-over year? And then Hugh Freeze is this really great coach, and Billy Napier just needs to recruit better. That was my favorite. Yeah. Okay. All righty. That's great, man. But we suck, and Mark Stoops should be fired. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's really fair, man. I appreciate that, Josh Pate. Yeah. Oh man, what a guy. What a guy. Tongue pie. Make sure you all subscribe. Well, thank you, brother. Oh well, 1,000. Well, I'll take 500 first, brother. Uh, Tennessee plays Georgia. Yep. Josh Pate was it's terrible. Yeah, but you know what? These podcasts I talk about, they got a lot of viewers, man. You know, I gave Lance a hard time on Locked On Kentucky, but Lance got a lot of viewers. A lot of viewers. Uh, Talking about Mark Stoops on the hot seat. Whatever, dude. It's just something to talk about. They got to pick. They can't talk about Hugh Freeze being on the hot seat. Now they have to talk about Napier. Finally, they have to talk about Napier. But yeah, Stoops will always be on the hot seat because they're done with him. Look, we had our time. We won our 10 games in a couple years. Just go. They don't want us anymore. Just go away. Go sit down. We don't need you anymore. We don't need you being good. Just fire him. Go get somebody else and go back to winning 2 games. We're only going to win 3 games. That's what everybody's saying. We're not going to win. I want you to understand. We don't have a chance to win any SEC games. When we beat Eastern Michigan, we're not going to win another game to Tennessee Tech, and that's it. That's all. Even though you see they don't look at the power rankings. Nope, don't look at that. Don't look at the numbers. That's not what the power rankings say. But that's okay. All right, okay. That's not what Vegas is going to say. Like I said, Vegas is saying 4 to 5 games, and I'm saying 6. So we shall see. A lot of people got off here. Still talking about Mark Stoops on the yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, uh, whoever comes in here, you're going to play second at basketball. This is a basketball school, and it should be because we're really one of the best basketball programs ever. So, yeah, you're always going to be competing with basketball. I did a video on Bear Bryant in my archives, guys. You want a history lesson? Go watch my Bear Bryant video. He left here. He knew. He wasn't stupid. Oh, and we won a national championship under him in football, in case you didn't know. We're claiming that. That's what they gave us because we beat Oklahoma, the number 1 team. They used to do the national champion before the bowl games, but we played Oklahoma, who was under. So therefore, we claimed it. A lot of schools are doing that, but um, anyway, all right. We've been going an hour and a half, guys. We'll go a little bit longer if you guys want to talk about something. I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. Um, yeah, Kentucky Football Nation. There we go. You go. What'd you say? Tapeworm. You got a lot of viewers because there isn't any Kentucky football. No, no, because it's too hard. It's too hard, and it's feelings, and it's sad. So we got to work at it. We're gonna lose. Yeah, easy to do a basketball podcast. Hell, it's all rainbows and unicorns, and because we know you're gonna be good at basketball. Well, hell, anybody could do that. There's people trying to do. There's people that need to stop doing football. I can friggin' tell you that. I watch some of our people and I go, seriously, I don't know that much about football, but I was like, man, we really have people that don't know football shows our jokes now, in my opinion. Well, sometimes, Curtis, Ole Miss still got mad. Yeah, Ole Miss thinks they should have won by. Yeah, go on their channel. You think we're mad? Oh, no, no, no. They should have beat us by 4 touchdowns. That's what they think because they feel like we should win by 4. No, that's not what the numbers said. I told you to bet the 10.5. I won money on it, and if you listen, I knew we were going to cover the 10 because we always play them close, and that's not what the numbers said. So, APO. It was a pocket watch and a Chevrolet sedan. That was the story I saw. And it's not on the internet anymore. Adolph, see, Bear Bryant did one of Adolph Rupp's last coaches show in 1972, and they both won. Like he won the bowl game against Oklahoma, and then I think Rupp won the national championship. They gave Rupp a Chevy sedan, and they gave Bear Bryant a pocket watch. So Bear Bryant is on Adolph Rupp's coach's show in 1972, and he asked Adolph Rupp, "Hey, you remember that Chevrolet you got when you won that good season? And I think it was 1950, and I got a pocket watch." And Adolph Rupp goes, "Yeah, yeah, I remember that." He said, "Let me ask you something. Do you still have that Chevrolet, and that car?" And of course, Adolph Rupp said, "No, man, that junked that car a long time ago." Adolph Rupp excuse me, Bear Bryant pulls that pocket watch out and said, and shook it and said, "I still got my pocket watch." That was what I saw. It's not on YouTube anymore, but it was. And yeah, he still had his pocket watch. So it was a pocket watch and a Chevrolet sedan. Close enough. I heard it was a belt buckle. Now it was a pocket watch. He pulled it out and said, and he shook it and he said, "I still got my pocket watch." And there was a nice looking pocket watch, but it wasn't a Chevy sedan. 2 games. How many you think you can get after 2 games? What do you mean? How many games we get? Do I think we can win? I think we can win 4 or 5. I think we can win 5 more games because we're going to beat Tennessee Tech. After this one, well, that'll be 2. So yeah, I think we can win 4 more games. Tennessee Tech will be 1. I think we can get Louisville, Vanderbilt. I think we can. If Florida implodes, which they are imploding, by the time it gets to November, it's going to be cold. We can get them. South Carolina, we can win. Look, I don't see us getting blown out. Maybe Texas, maybe. Who's going to blow us out? The way we run the ball and our defense. Georgia's. You think Georgia and Randy's probably not in here anymore? They're not going to blow us out. We're going to be in the game. Our defense is, especially. Well, I'll tell you what. Who scares me is the cornerback, who's hurt. Which cornerback is hurt right now? Uh, DJ Waller. Yeah, I hope he's not hurt because we need for him to come back. If we have our starting defense, look, guys, we're going to be in the game. We run the ball. If we dictate, "Oh, I'm here just working." Randy's here's working. Randy can probably tell you. Randy, you think you'll be us about 4 touchdowns? I mean, I just don't see us. The way we play will keep us in the game. Now, we might get blown out by Texas, maybe Georgia. Look, if we get behind by a couple touchdowns, we don't have an offense that can catch up. We have to stay in the game, run the ball, do what we do, hold it to 70 plays, and run the ball and do what we do. If we improve our passing game, we don't even have to improve our passing game a lot. We just have to improve it 50%. If we get 50% improvement from what we have right now, we can do well. Yeah, if we play our game. Yeah, there's wins in our schedule. Look, I'm not scared of Texas. Look, have you guys seen Arch Manning? I mean, I'm not scared of that guy. I know they got $1 million roster or whatever. I'm not scared. Look, they ain't all that. They beat some scrub team. Ohio State just dog just I mean manhandled them. Look, we are physical. Anytime you're physical, go look. I have got a video. I want every one of you. If you've not seen my uh, Julian Edelman video, it's a minute. It's about a 2 minute video about running the football in the NFL. Go back and watch my Julian Edelman. It's got New England Patriots running back New England Patriots legend talks about running the ball. He's got a defensive guy in the room with him, and they're talking about how important and what running the ball does to the other team. Go watch that 2-minute video. Julian Edelman, New England Patriots. It doesn't say Julian Edelman. It says New England Patriots legend talks about the running game. Go back and watch my 2-minute video on that. Listen to what those two guys say. That'll tell you all you need to know about why we can dictate tempo and win games. But if you don't know football and you just feel too many damn people come on, I feel like we're not playing well. That I feel feelings ain't got nothing to do with anything. Nothing. Uh, Old Miss, we deserve to win by 4 touchdowns. Deserve ain't got nothing to do with it. Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven, after he killed Little Bill, and Little Bill's laying there dying. I don't deserve to die. Well, you know what? Deserve ain't got nothing to do with it. It's football. Deserve ain't got nothing to do with it. Go watch my video on running the football and how what it does to the offensive and the defensive, the other team, both units, and he'll tell you. Where we can beat South Carolina. Yeah, I mean, we can beat South Carolina. They're struggling. You got to stop Lagway. See, not Lagway. Gosh, I keep. You got to stop Lenore Sellers. Thank you. I can't think of his name. I like Lenore Sellers. He's a big dude. He's hard to bring down. We got to stop him from running. They ran on 60% of their plays last year because of him. And we got to play defense like we are right now. Play defense, run the ball, dictate tempo, play your game. It frustrates people, is what it does. It frustrated Toledo, and for a lot of the game, it frustrated Old Miss. The way we run the ball, people look at their sideline every once in a while when you're watching football. Okay, yeah. Oh, we have a much better defense, dude. It's the best defense we've had since probably since Will Levis was here. Yeah, I mean our defense. We have a solid defense. Looked absolutely miserable. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was frustrated. You could tell when they had him on the sideline, he was saying, "What the f are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?" I feel sorry for him. You know, you know. Look, we're going to get through this game, this Eastern Michigan. Before we get out of here, guys, I tell you what, let's have a live on Friday night best defenses. Yeah, I agree with you, AFO. Yeah, since Levis and yeah, and those guys. I think we were ranked 20th that year. Um, Yeah, he probably was playing hurt. But you know what? That poor guy's got the weight of the world on him. They're gonna blame him for everything. He was 15 of 30, and 5 of them they dropped. You know, so I don't know what to do. That's why Cutter Bowley didn't do any better when he came in the game. 1 of 3 or whatever, and missed a guy that was missed a guy that was wide open. Uh, all right, guys, let's do this. Let's do a live Friday night before the game, and then we'll do the game 6:30, the only night game. So we'll do a live Friday night. I may put a video out with some film on Eastern Michigan. I don't know. I like to do it. It's not the offensive line. Now the offensive line is the best offense. Look, this is the best offensive line we've had since for a couple of years. Since Benny Snell and Chris Rodriguez. This is about as good. You got look, Braun and Pete are going to the NFL, and now they're saying Jalen Farmer could go to the NFL. And look, and I was worried about our center. That's who I was worried about. Who was I worried about? Jagger Burton. Jagger Burton has played well. Yeah, we have a week off. Yeah, we've got 2 bye weeks that are weird bye weeks. Everybody gets 2 bye weeks, so we got one early. So might as well take advantage of it. And then I think we have one somewhere at the end of the year here. I'm not sure where we have it again, or maybe we don't have another one. I'm not sure. No, we have. Well, maybe we do. I don't know, guys. We got one. I think we got another one somewhere. Anyway, yes, we need a week off. All right, guys. Well, here's the deal. Let's come back Friday night. We'll do a live on Friday night, and I'll try not to put any videos out there. But if something bothers me, I'm gonna speak up. Okay. If I think somebody's being some of our guys are being treated, our fans or our players or our team coaches is being treated bad, I ain't gonna stand here and not say anything. I'm gonna say something again. Look, like I said before I get off here, I don't dislike anybody. I don't dislike the KSR guys. I don't dislike Nick or Adam or any those guys. But don't go on another podcast and start ripping our team, man. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So that video, I said what I said and I meant it. And uh, it was a lot harsher before I edited it. So I did go back and say, okay, I'm going to go to the line, but I ain't going to cross the line. I did go to the line with it. So, all right, guys, I'll see you Friday night. Um, Georgia games going into Texas. Oh, okay. Man, that's two quick bye weeks. Man, that's okay. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Uh, so we play two games and then we get a bye again? Man, that's weird. I mean, okay, we, we have bye weeks, right? Sam, couldn't they spread them out a little bit? So then we play all those games in a row. Man, I'll tell you what, guys, we got screwed on the schedule and the bye weeks. What are you going to do? All right, guys, Friday night, we'll do a live 7:30. I'll put it out. Turn on your notifications. If something goes down before Friday, I will jump on here. I may put a video just out, something to watch. I might do a little film on Eastern Michigan so you can see that these guys can't stop the run. And but if not, I will see you. Oh, thank you, son of a gunner. Look, man. Hey, I'm just one voice. That's all I am. This is a fan channel. It'll always be about you guys. I'm not going to have a moderator or anything like that. So, I thought about it. I'm like, now you guys are the moderator. Okay. You will dictate what we talk about. Yes, I'll have some things to talk about, but I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. I, no fancy graphics here. This is as fancy as it gets right here. That's it. That's all I got. There's not any fancy graphics. So it's just us talking as fans. We're diehards. Look, nobody else wants to, talk about football. We'll talk about football. We will do basketball, so we'll transition to basketball. I love basketball as much as I love football, and I do know a little bit about basketball. We shouldn't take a bye week. Oh well, we won't take it off, dude. No. Before I get off there, WKP. Oh, they're going to work during the bye week. They already said that, dude. Yeah, no, no, no. They're going to practice during the bye week. They're not off campus. No, 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 no. They practice. Yeah, they'll be practicing. We still have we will still have a good season. I think so too. Look, man, people got like I said, don't just bury us just yet. Just hold on a second. You could be wrong. Yeah, in the words of Jim Carrey, what I'm saying is we still have a chance. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. I'll see you Friday night, 7:30 Eastern. No, excuse me, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. And well, look, man, there's a lot of people that don't think so. Just be honest about it. If you don't like them, that's cool. Just say you don't like them. That's all. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. Look, have a good night. Drive safe. Try not to get mad at people. Human beings make mistakes. Try to be calm with people. Try to be nice as you can. If that doesn't work, well, then hit them upside the head. I think Andy Griffith said, if that doesn't work, ball up your fist and hit them upside the head. That was Andy Griffith. Don't do that. All right, guys, look, have a good night. I'll see you Friday. Turn on notifications. Go Cats.